we're going to change gears, if I might.
All right.
This man writes for the Marina Times. He joins us every week on Fridays on a rainbow. He's the great Michael Snyder, everyone.
Hey there, Michael.
Hi, howdy, Mark, master of all he surveys in the studio. Hey, Brett.
Yeah.
Howdy. I sometimes fear you're going to be caught in the middle of a custody battle between Mark and Nicky Maduro. Like, Mommy, Daddy, stop fighting.
God.
But I'm glad you're here. And of course, hoy hoy to the fabulous Johnny D. And then there's Chris, the man with the itchy finger on the audio drops. Please, settle down, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, so it's Friday the 13th. In the immortal words of Count Floyd, ooh, scary. And on the other hand, compared to every Friday under the previous administration, I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Oh, you've drunk the Kool-Aid.
I wouldn't even mind it. I wouldn't mind if Mark's Black Cat Cash crossed my path today. In fact, I'd invite Cash to hop up on my lap. I don't believe any of this superstitious bunk. I don't know about you guys.
No, of course not. I mean, I black cats I love. I have a black cat named Cash, as Michael says, and I love them. I could just, but the superstitions, I get it, but and I think you can be a little superstitious. The Friday the 13th thing, I don't buy at all.
Well, let's go out and break some mirrors later. What do you say?
All right, good plan.
Okay, let's
tell me about some movies.
I will. Remember last week when I said you really had to be familiar with quite a few movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, to understand, nay, to truly get the maximum out of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now you need to be thoroughly familiar with the DAU, the Downton Abbey universe, to get any emotional impact from Downton Abbey, A New Era, the latest installment in the long-running, shamelessly soap operatic TV series with movie sequels like this one about the aristocratic Crawley family, lords and ladies and such, and their relatives.
Courtney loves this. Courtney watched the entire thing. It was too soapy for me. I bailed after 15 episodes.
Hang on. Remember, I'm a manly man, but let's move on.
Okay, let's see how the movie is. Go ahead.
Their relatives, their servants, their various hangers-on, they're all there. This is England during the first quarter of the 20th century. A new era, you say, but it's the same old very proper sticks in the mud, tradition-bound stiff upper lips, and lovable but beleaguered help downstairs dealing with frivolous piffle. Oh, those poor rich folk. All right.
What?
There are solid magnetic actors like Hugh Bonneville as the increasingly reactionary Lord Crawley, Elizabeth McGovern as his perfectly charming and understanding American wife, Dame Maggie Smith as his elderly mother, the snobbish...
she's funny. She's funny, though.
Snobbish, secretly good-hearted Dowager Countess Lady Violet. Michelle Dockery as his sleek, savvy, noble eldest daughter, Lady Mary. Many, many other regulars who have played their characters from the earliest episodes of the BBC Masterpiece Theatre favorite. These are terrific UK actors, all including Jim Carter, Joanne Froggatt, who has done some really cool mystery crime miniseries since this thing, Brendan Coyle, and so on. A New Era was written, of course, by Julian Fellows, Oscar winner, the guy who was the screenwriter of Gosford Park, Downton creator, and the guy behind HBO's The Gilded Age. This time out, it's 1928. And so many you-know-whats have yet to hit the fan. It's the late 20s.
Right.
We know
everything
what's coming.
Seems as though it's great. But,
Right. Can you let him finish?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay,
keep
go ahead.
dancing. Keep dancing, Crawley family. You're going to dance yourself into an inferno. There's a Downton wedding. The Crawleys could use some cash to fix the manor, so they reluctantly allow a film crew to shoot at their home, and the ailing...
Oh, that's cool. That's sort of...
This is their new home.
The ailing Dowager Countess has inherited a villa in the south of France, and she won't say why. So family members said there, look, I'll admit to having watched, are you ready? Every episode and the 2 movie sequels, Downton Abbey, the motion picture, and this.
What?
And seriously, Mark, enough is enough. At times I felt like I was floating through someone else's dream of affluence. Other times I felt like I was at a family reunion, and after a bunch of warm hugs, I needed a stiff drink. Most fans will eat this up. As for me, I am now full. No mas. Directed by Simon Curtis. Downton
That's
Abbey.
a guilty pleasure.
A new era opens in theaters next Wednesday.
All right.
Very nice.
A little too much Downton and a little too much Abbey. But if you like the franchise, it's well done.
Oh yeah, the fans will like I said, lap it up.
All right, what's next?
Equally and quintessentially British.
Quintessentially is such a ding word; it's almost obnoxiously a ding word.
Operation Mincemeat is a better movie than A New Era, and lo and behold, it's set nearly a decade later, specifically in 1943. After much, you know what has hit the fan. Colin Firth is Ewan Montague, upper cruster, and Matthew McFadden is
Michael
working...
really came armed with the British impressions today.
Wait. Matthew McFadden is working-class driver Charles Chumley.
It was great. I loved it.
Two British intelligence officers behind an elaborate disinformation plot intended to deceive the Germans and thus turn the tide of World War II in the Allies' favor.
Oh, that's cool.
The ever-delightful Kelly MacDonald is their assistant, who both men covet. Espionage, a love triangle, woohoo! Anyway, think of it as the serious side of Masterpiece Theater. Jason Isaacs is Admiral John Godfrey, their boss, the military spy master, skeptical of the plot being concocted. The office manager of the spy unit is played by Penelope Wilton, Downtown Abbey's merry widowed Isabel Crowley. Wow. Today's segment is like a Venn diagram. And Johnny Flynn plays, are you ready? Admiral Godfrey's assistant, Ian Fleming. Yes, that Ian Fleming, who narrates the movie and is apparently taking notes throughout for some sort of purpose down the line. I have no idea what he's
James
planning.
Bond, right?
Straight up right in, no problem.
So, Brett, you have a question?
Yeah, is it based on a true story, Michael?
Yes, indeed! Wow. It's based on a true story and a good one. As the plot thickens, the tension ratchets up from London to Sicily to the Gulf of Cadiz. Operation Mincemeat was directed by John Madden, whose award-adorned filmography includes Shakespeare in Love, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, and Mrs. Brown. So we're in good hands here. Despite Madden and of course, the noble Colin Firth on board, Operation Mincemeat isn't Oscar bait. It's simply a solid, engrossing, and enlightening historical movie that's in theaters and now, today, on Netflix, if you have an account.
I saw the trailer, and it looked really good, so I'm excited. You liked it.
Yeah, I think it's in your wheelhouse, Mark.
Okay, thank you. What's next?
Okay, Montana Story is a superbly acted, beautifully shot, and tender interpersonal drama that plays out under the spectacular big sky of Montana, starring Haley Lou Richardson and Owen Teague as siblings. It tells of an estranged sister and brother brought back to the family ranch in Montana when their problematic father has a stroke. Attended to by an African immigrant nurse who's a pretty cool, kind of charming guy. Daddy's flat on his back and on life support in his study. You know what else is on life support? The relationship between the sister who ran away years back and the brother who tried to tough it out with their father until moving away as a young adult. As family secrets are revealed, tragedy bubbles to the surface and threatens to overwhelm the siblings. This is the work of writing-directing team Scott McGahee and David Siegel, whose 2012 drama What Maisie Knew, about a precocious and adorable little girl caught in the middle of a divorce, is one of the most poignant moving movies in memory. I loved What Maisie Knew. They didn't crush my heart here like they did with Maisie, but Montana Story will touch you on the quiet, simmering strength of the performances by Richardson and Teague. I hope that they and the stark beauty of this film are not forgotten when awards season rolls around.
Oh, you really like it.
Speaking of that stark beauty, this is one of those so-called little movies that begs to be seen on the big screen. And hey, it's only in theaters at the moment.
Oh, so you can see it on the big screen. Montana Story, it's called. Okay.
Let's wrap it up here in the movie side. I'm sure all of us have at one time or another been struck by the casual cruelty of children. For whatever reason, it's a bit shocking when we encounter it. I mean, consider Lord of the Flies. I mean, the book and the movie. I wouldn't be surprised if it had been nonfiction, to be honest with you. I've seen kids. Anyway, I know what they're like. The Innocents is a new Norwegian thriller with some supernatural trappings, and it's also a troubling and effective dip into horror and the horrific way neglect, bullying, and the hierarchies that exist between kids can create tragic situations, especially if the kids are lonely, angry, and too young to truly understand the consequences of their actions. A mother, a father, and two daughters move into an apartment complex that seems to house a range of classes. One daughter is a prepubescent with severe autism. The other is a younger girl who resents the attention that their parents pay to her older sister. The young one makes friends with a boy her age. Both seem to have a violent streak, only the boy appears capable of doing very strange things that go far beyond pranks. And when a quiet little neighbor girl connects with the autistic sister in a kind of a deep, almost paranormal way, an uneasy bond develops between the four children that turns into a struggle for dominance, potentially impacting others in the complex. The Innocents was written and directed by Eskil Voigt and features some scary good kid actors whose names you won't recognize, and I probably can't properly pronounce. It's Norwegian. Come on. It's a squirmy, distressingly haunting fare, and it'll stick with you, like it or not. Highly recommended.
Wow, you really like The Innocents,
Yeah,
it's called.
in theater and available on streaming on demand.
Does it have a happy ending for me on that? I hate it. Like they pick on the autistic. Come on, I can't do it, dude.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is not for you, Mark, but you fans of this kind of creep show, line up for it. It's really a good film.
Downton Abbey, a new era. He says, well, if you like Downton Abbey, this is for you. You won't be disappointed. Great performances, good directing, script is solid. Michael, who has seen it all when it comes to Downton Abbey, you've just kind of had enough. But
it's piffle, buddy. It's piffle.
But, by the way, the 831, we just got a text in from the 831, which is related to Downton Abbey.
Why don't you just text it?
Downton Abbey is proof that my ancestors did the right thing by shooting at the British. That's terrible. How dare you applaud that?
And
Operation Mincemeat, which is, again... Brits against the Nazis is what I got on that, right?
Essentially, it's about a clever espionage plot to mislead the Brits.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
And you liked it.
I did.
It's both in theaters and streaming. Montana Story is in theaters only. You really liked it. And
beautiful.
You felt that it's a beautiful film. And The Innocents will give you the creeps, but it's a good creeps. If you like creeps in the movie.
Highly recommended.
Wow, he really liked The Innocents. Oh.
Norwegian, though, Yumpen Yimini, you're going to have to read subtitles, Mark.
Oh, that's right. That's the subtitle thing. Michael, we can read you in the Marina Times. Dubs close it out tonight, we hope.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Remember, Mark, 6 championships from the Dubs and the Giants collectively in 10 years, in roughly, I would say roughly 10 years, a decade or so. That's 1/4 of the time we've had championships locally. So
this generation has been spoiled a bit. It's
really
great. It's
true.
great. And spoil us again, will you? It comes and goes on a rainbow. Bye, Michael.
See you guys.
See you, Michael.
You can read him in the Marina Times. You can find him as the Culture Blaster on social media.